Hi there, this is Sharon McNall and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and I hope you are as well. If you're not, please join our team, Inspired Daisy's Team of Stampers. It's the best time to join. You can check out my link over here. For today's card tutorial, I will be using the Layering Leaves stamp set. It is a photopolymer stamp set, so that what that means is you can see right through the stamp. And you can see that I've used quite a few of these. This one and this one I have not. That's why they're kind of clean. The one I'm using today is really, really loved. It's a thank you so much card. So we will be making this one. Well, we're going to be making the opposite side of that paper, and I'll show you that in just a second. So here's the thank you so much card. It's very, very simple. I am a very simple stamper. Because I like simple. And this is the other pattern, which I'm going to be making this one. I just love the colors in this paper. I love the birds. And I'm going to be using some of the pieces that we have left over from cutting our paper, strips of DSP, and this is boho blue to design the envelope front and also the inside. Okay, so the Flight and Airy designer paper is found in our Sale-a-bration flyer, and you can find it on page 6. It's right here. You can earn this paper for free with a $50 product order from my website, inspiredbygraham.com. I made this sampler here, which shows all of the Stampin' Up! Colors that coordinate with the Flight and Airy designer paper. And right here is the front, and that's the back side. So we have 6 different pages and 2 designs per page. So lots and lots of variety for you. The colors that are used in the Flight and Airy designer paper is boho blue, bubble bath, calypso coral, crumb cake, daffodil delight, flirty flamingo, fresh freesia, garden green, lost lagoon, misty moonlight, pecan pie, and soft sea foam. So as you can see, there's lots and lots of different colors in the Flight and Airy stamp set. The die that we're going to be using today comes from the Scallop Contours dies, and this die set has been around for a few years. I'm going to be using this one. I just love the scallops on here. It just makes your card so special. Okay, and again, this is the one we'll be making here. So I'm going to grab my card kit and we'll get started. Okay, so I have a basic white card base, which is 8.5 by 5.5, and I've already pre-scored it with my bone folder at 4 1/4. And then the next layer up is the Scallop Contours, which is boho blue. All right, and then the next size to that one, this is the designer paper here. And this is cut 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. So what I'll do is I'm going to take my liquid glue and I'm just going to put it on the back side of that pretty design. I love both sides. They're very beautiful. But I'm more particular with, I love the pinks on this side and the little bird. So that's why I'm going with this one here. Okay, so that's very simple so far, right? All right, we're going to flip this over, and I am going to add 5 Stampin' dimensionals, and I like to bring my dimensionals in about 1/2 inch from the corner, the edge pieces. That way we won't see them on the front side of the card. Make sure they're pushed in really well, and you might want to just take, you can just peel them off with your fingernails, or to help you out, you can use a piercing tool just by poking right down here, and they just usually pop up. All right, so then we will take this front, and we are going to center this right on that basic white thick card base. Get that on there, okay. That's pretty as is, but we are going to add that sentiment, thank you so much. So I'm going to be using our coordinating color, boho blue. It's the same as the Scallop Contours die. And I'm just going to ink this up. And we will stamp closer on the right side because we are going to be making a bow with the 23 to 25 in color, what is it? let me see. I totally forgot what it was. In color jute trim. Okay, so now another simple thing is we're going to take 3 more dimensionals, and I like to start on the outsides and then go towards the middle. That way they're kind of balanced. And again, I'll just take a little piercing tool, just pop them up, just kind of do it that way, and they come off very easy. All right, now let's bring in our card. And now you got to kind of strategize where you want to put the sentiment, because I really don't want to cover up this bird here. So there's kind of a blank spot right in here. So this is where I'm going to be putting my sentiment strip here. So put it about there. And then I'm going to be working with the jute trim. And this trim comes with our in colors. So I feel like this is rather stiff. So what you can do is you can tear these apart or use your piercing tool. You can get about maybe 3 or 4 smaller pieces of trim by just pulling it out really carefully. And now I'm going to create a bow for you. I'm going to use my 10-second bow maker to do that really quickly. And I'm not a very good bow tire, so I like to use my 10-second bow maker because it takes about 10 seconds to make a bow. Okay, I'm going to pop that off. And then we're going to add the bow here with one of our mini glue dots. So I'm just going to add that right to the glue dot there. And I'm going to scrunch up that glue dot so it's not going to be showing when I place this on the card. All right, so I'm going to add this kind of at an angle, just kind of fill up this area here. Okay, so it's kind of angled off to the side. I'm going to take my scissors. I like to use just my ribbon scissors or fabric scissors to use to cut my bows. And then we are going to be now working with these designer paper strips, and I've got boho blue strips left over. So I just like to kind of use up as much as the paper as I can. So I'm on the inside of this one, I'm gonna probably, let's put this one, I think I'm gonna put this one kind of, let's see what we wanna do. I'm gonna just play around with it and see what's gonna look best. I really like that bird on that, so you can see it. So I think I'm gonna do that. So all you need to do is take your liquid glue and just add it to the back side. And I'm just gonna turn it this way here, kind of center the boho blue strip. So it's equal distance on the top and bottom. And then we're gonna add our glue to the back side of the Flight and Airy. And then I'm just going to center this. I'm gonna actually put it right up against the edge of the card base and just drop this down a little bit, get it centered as best as I can. Now that glue is oozing out there. I guess I put a little bit too much on there, so I'm just gonna wipe this off. I'll use my glue eraser later this evening to remove that. So that's what the inside of the card is gonna be looking like. And now the envelope, I'm gonna do the same thing. If you cut your strips about 4 2/3 of an inch, that's the height of the envelope. So again, I'm just gonna place this on here and then just run this all the way up. Make sure it's adhered. And then I got another really tiny strip of that paper. So I think adding it to the boho blue will certainly look a lot better than just being plain. So I'll just add this here. And I've never had any of my cards come back designed like this. Just make sure it's glued down really nicely and it's not going to fall off. All right, and then the final touch, I am going to be using the iridescent foil gems. Now these kind of like have a little glitter effect, sparkly effect. So I like to add my embellishments in 3s, odd numbers. So I'm just going to grab one of the larger ones. I got glue on my fingers here. And I'm going to look for an area that is like, has a lot of white in it. So I think right here is an area I want to add that gem to. And then, oops, I just lost that one. Let me just grab another one. All right, and then I'm going to add one over here. And then I'm going to grab one of the smaller ones. There's 2 different sizes in this pack. So I'm going to just add one right there. So when I add my embellishments, I actually want to make them kind of in a triangle formation. I don't like to put them opposite, like straight across, because that's really not pleasing to your eyes. So just create them in a triangle and it will look much better. Okay, so here is the one we just made. And I think this was the one that goes with this. And then here's the one I made earlier. And then finishing it off, here is the one I made. And it's just the opposite side of this sheet of designer paper. So I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. I'll bring you 3 more tutorials with the Flight and Airy designer paper. Really simple and easy cards. And you can visit my website at inspiredbygram.com for all your stamping needs. Thanks so much and have a great day.